This meeting is being recorded.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our virtual career spotlight on behalf of Chinook School Division and the Regina Industry Education Council. My name is Lisa Kuntz-Samanuk, and I am the Chinook School Division Industry Education Program Facilitator. Are you passionate about working in the agriculture industry? There are many different careers to consider across a number of industries. We would like to welcome you today to the first of our 5-part video series to highlight some of the potential career learning opportunities that are available for you at Olds College of Agriculture and Technology. The video series will also be available on our website and YouTube channel for future reference. We will also have some time at the end of each of the presentations for you to ask any questions, or you may contact the college directly. Please join me in welcoming Aubrey Price, Manager of Recruitment Operations. Our first spotlight today focuses on careers in agriculture. We will learn more about the incredible range and variety of in-demand jobs in the agriculture industry today and have a chance to find out more about how your interests, skills, and aptitudes mean that there is a place for you in Olds College to begin your learning journey. Following today's spotlight, we will have 4 additional spotlights: Bachelor of Digital Agriculture, Agriculture Communication Certificate, Equine Programming, and lastly, Land and Environment. There is sure to be something that will speak to your interests. Please join me in welcoming Aubrey Price here with us this afternoon. Take it away, Aubrey.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Lisa. I'm so excited to be with you here today to talk about careers in agriculture. I think this is a really exciting time to be involved in the agriculture industry, and I hope that I can open up your eyes today to some possibilities that you maybe hadn't thought of before about your options for what to do with your life after you've graduated from high school. So without further ado, let's jump into talking about careers in agriculture. Today, we're going to talk about what agriculture really is, why it's important, what exciting career opportunities are out there, and how Olds College can help equip you on this journey. I'm hoping that this presentation will expand your horizons and make you aware of the many skills, interests, and talents that you already possess that are beneficial for a career in the agriculture industry and beyond. So to get started today, I want to talk about what agriculture really is. So when I say the word agriculture, what comes to your mind first? Things like farming, crops, livestock, tractors, fields, answers like this perhaps. And of course, this is absolutely all true. Farming is, or agriculture is, cattle and wheat and dairy, livestock production, crop production. But what if I told you that agriculture could be so much more? So this is a little word cloud that we put together based on all of the places that we know agriculture intersects with so many different other areas. Agriculture absolutely is wheat and crops and cattle, but it is also robotics, government advocacy, data analysis, ecotourism, public relations. Working in agriculture no longer only means working in the fields. The industry also needs lawyers, salespeople, project managers, app developers, CEOs, and more. Whether you grew up on a farm or not, and whether you want to work in the fields or in the high rises, there are opportunities that each one of you can find exciting within agriculture. And did you know that there are 4 jobs waiting for every Bachelor of Agriculture graduate? So now that we've determined the vast array of career paths possible within agriculture, we need to take some time to discuss why the agriculture industry is so important, why you might want to consider a career in ag, and how it's growing as investment continues. So in 2021, the agriculture industry contributed $134.9 billion to the Canadian economy. This is a great place to be if you are worried about job security and sustainability for your future career. There are more people on the planet every day, and we have to figure out how to feed them with the same amount of land we have right now. And so the opportunity to be part of this industry that has been growing and is going to continue growing as the years come by means that there's more and more demand for people who can be part of the evolution, the sustainability, the increasing efficiency of the agriculture world. I love to see too that the percentage of women in the agriculture industry is always increasing. This is no longer a boys' club. There is room for absolutely everybody in this industry. All right, so when I talk about careers in agriculture, I really want you to open up your mind to all of the different places that agriculture touches on different careers. So what people think of first off the bat is usually what's on the right-hand side here, the producers, people working on family or corporate farms, people in the fields, the people growing the food, raising the animals. And of course, that is the basis for absolutely all of this. But consider the possibility for a science career in research and development. Maybe you have interest in, designing and executing experiments. Maybe you want to invent new technologies, code, develop robotics. There's a chance to work with new companies that are coming out with all the new and exciting technology that is being tested at Olds College right now and then being rolled out to producers. So research is actually a huge part of what we do here at Olds College, and I think it's so much fun. We are the top 10 research institution in Canada, or research college, I should say, not institution, top 10 research college in Canada. And that's because we spend so much time testing out the prototypes from tech developers and giving them feedback on how it actually works in the field. And that's something our students might engage in as part of their classes or their directed field studies, or as summer students, or to be hired into a research position after they've graduated. All these companies that they work with also need our graduates to come work on their teams. And so if you have that interest in technology, robotics, computers, data analysis, there's some really incredibly exciting roles for you there. On the other hand, people who maybe like to work with their hands or work with people can find really exciting places in the equipment and services supporting industries. So maybe you want to become a mechanic who is repairing farm equipment, or maybe you want to become an agriculture technology integration technician. So you're working on adding new pieces of technology to existing farm equipment. You don't have to buy a fancy new automated tractor. You can add some sensors to the one that you already have. People supporting them through, seed companies, auction marts, fertilizer sales. All of those pieces, those are careers in agriculture as well that you can make a really excellent living at if that's something you're passionate about. And then, of course, there's all the other supporting industries that enable farmers to do the work that they do. The people who are taking care of their crop insurance, helping them negotiate land agreements or purchase new land. The people running their social media sites, storytelling, sharing their stories with the world through photography and videography, public relations. So I think I probably listed off a lot of careers here that are above and beyond our preconceived notions about what a career in agriculture really is. Okay, so we're going to start talking a little bit more specifically about actual options and real examples of careers that you can get into. The exciting thing about the agriculture industry is that with the multitude of different options, there really is something suitable for everybody. We all have things that we're naturally good at, skills that we have, and that we're going to continue to develop over time, and interests and passions that are worth pursuing. And any of these can find their place in the agriculture industry. Are you somebody who likes to experiment and problem solve? Maybe you like trying new things, completing puzzles, or playing sports. All of these things require constant experimentation and problem solving. In the agriculture industry, there are lots of jobs that value these skills and aptitudes. So for example, you might be interested in developing apps, operating a brewery, analyzing data, or even starting your own business. And those can all be careers in agriculture. And moreover, they can all be careers that open up to you after pursuing your education here at Olds College. So the programs that I've listed here, including the Bachelor of Digital Agriculture, Horticulture Technologist Diploma, and Land and Water Resources, these will all help you take your problem-solving skills and turn them into a career that can help support your lifestyle. So who here likes to get into the thick of things and work with your hands? Maybe you prefer to build intricate sandcastles at the beach instead of lying in the sun. Maybe for you, a relaxing evening is baking up a storm with your friends. The agriculture industry is full of career paths that are going to allow you to work with your hands every day. I can pretty much guarantee that you are never going to get bored with becoming a butcher, horse trainer, a welder, or a heavy-duty equipment technician. And these are all jobs that graduates from some of our most unique programs have moved on to. If you like working with your hands, you should consider the programs that are listed here, including farrier science, equine care and management, and meat processing. Okay, one more question for you to think about here. Who likes technology and video games? I'm gonna bet that it's a lot of you. The good news is that when you're playing games on the computer, you are actually developing skills that are helping to prepare you to be successful in your future careers. Jobs like digital farming specialist, GIS specialist, applications engineer, diagnostic researcher, these are all careers in the agriculture industry associated with the skills that you built when you're playing video games or navigating apps on your phone. We have many programs at Olds that can turn your interest in technology into one of these exciting careers. Things like animal health technology diploma, Bachelor of Digital Agriculture, precision agriculture, and our agriculture communication certificate can all help you on this journey. Okay, so now that we've determined that each and every one of you already has either a skill, an interest, or a talent that makes you a good fit for a career in agriculture, and I've thrown out a lot of different interesting but kind of vague job titles on the screen, you must be wondering, what are these actual jobs? What does daily life look like in the agriculture industry? And importantly, how much money am I going to make? So we're going to take some time to dive deeper into some possible career paths that some of our programs can lead into. All right, so we're going to start out by talking about our Land and Water Resources Diploma. So this is a 2-year program where students are going to acquire the skills they need to manage soil, plant, and water resources in agricultural and natural ecosystems. So as part of this program, you get to choose a major to specialize in. This gives you the chance to really focus in and dial down on the aspect of land and water that interests you the most. So your options are land reclamation and remediation, or environmental stewardship and rural planning. So these specializations mean that the career opportunities that follow this program are almost countless. So some of the examples that we have up on the screen here: stewardship and conservation coordinator, somebody who's working hard every day to protect our environment, to the rural planners working with municipalities or counties to plan for growth and development in the future while still ensuring that the land and the environment are being taken care of for future generations. So anybody whose values include, environmental conservation and standing up for our planet for the future, this is something that you might want to consider taking part in the future. One of our most recent land and water resource graduates has moved into the role of a junior environmental technician with Flint Corp. And they're going to be assisting with environmental site assessments, working on land reclamation and remediation projects, monitoring groundwater, and helping to clean up old oil sites. So some really very interesting things that are going to keep you on your toes from day to day. Okay, so are you somebody who likes to share stories? Maybe you want to be fighting for the little guy, or you're interested in digital media. What if I told you that there's a program that could lead to each of these different career opportunities? Our agriculture communication certificate is 1 year. It's a flexible online program that gives you experience in photography, videography, social media management, writing, marketing, public relations, and crisis communications. And it includes a 14-week field placement in the agriculture industry. So by the time you've graduated, you already have some work experience under your belt. You've got something to put on your resume. You've had a chance to network with some employers, and you've had a chance to try out one aspect of the industry. Maybe you liked it, maybe you didn't, but now you know a little bit more than you did before you had that opportunity. These are stats that are pulled from the government's tracking for job opportunities and average wages. So when we say that there's high demand, that's supported by what people are actually hiring for in the industry right now. There really is a huge demand from agriculture sector specifically for communications professionals, because they need to tell their story to the world and share what they're doing, and increase the support that they're looking to get from other sectors. And you can earn some pretty decent wages while you're at it as well. Okay, so moving on to our horticulture technologist diploma, if you enjoy working with plants and you'd like to potentially work in a greenhouse or with a landscaper, this could be a really exciting program for you. You get a deep understanding of plants, pests, landscapes, soils, water systems, and a lot of really hands-on experience learning how to deal with all of those things. Both the jobs on the screen here use the horticulture skills that we teach in this program, but take them in totally different directions. And that's something to keep in mind as well, that you maybe just take one program after you graduate, but there's so many different career opportunities that you can take that in depending on what your personal interests and aptitudes are. Students in any of our diploma programs have the option to add on another 16 months of schooling, 8 months of in-class, and 8 months of paid work experience, and they can graduate with a Bachelor of Applied Science degree, which expands on their business knowledge and gets a deeper knowledge of the industry in general. And the directed field study, similar to the agriculture communications practicum, gives you a chance to get paid work experience, which has so many different benefits. For an example, one of our current students is employed with the City of Calgary in their transit department for their field study. And they're going to go to different transit locations around Calgary to analyze, assess, and make recommendations for changing the landscape at every one of their stations. Okay, this might be the thing I'm most excited to talk about, and I hope you'll tune in for one of our future presentations as well that does a deep dive into the Bachelor of Digital Agriculture degree. Very cutting edge program. This is going to prepare students to lead innovative change in the agriculture industry by building up the skills in leadership, entrepreneurial thinking, digital agriculture technology, and data science. These foundational skills really just blow the door wide open for our graduates when they're looking for work. You could be analyzing and monitoring data as a data analyst. I actually just spoke to somebody at M&P. They're really excited for graduates from this program because they need somebody who can go around to different farms in their territory and collect the data that the farmers are already collecting, but they aren't doing anything with. They need somebody to take all of that data, analyze it, and then help them make recommendations for forecasting and loan lending, insurance coverage, that type of thing. On the other hand, if you're more into the technology side rather than the data, you can work with a company that's producing new cutting edge agriculture technology and help all of their customers to implement that on their farms to increase their efficiency. Or maybe you're more interested in the sustainability side of things, and you can work with as an operations manager in the digital ag tech world to help different places and different corporate farms to increase their sustainability and their environmental practices. So these are just a small sampling. There's so many different ways that you could go with this program. It's so exciting. But it really prepares you to be a leader and an innovator in the industry, I think is the big takeaway here. Okay, and then finally, I want to talk a little bit about our agriculture and heavy equipment certificate. So this is fantastic for those of you who do want to work with your hands. This starts off as a one-year program, which gives you a deep understanding of engines, hydraulics, electrical systems, and fuel systems, for some of the largest equipment that you can get your hands on. We have a lot of industry partners who either donate or lend us equipment for our students to work on. And you get a range of everything from older machinery that's very mechanical to newer ones that you need to have, 6 different computers on board that you need a special diagnostic system to get into. You have an option to go on to your second year of the program and complete your diploma. In your second year, you have to choose a major, either agricultural equipment or heavy duty equipment. By the time you finish your diploma, you can write all 4 of your apprenticeship exams, and you have some hours towards your journeyman certificate as well. So huge demand for graduates from this program. both in obviously within the agriculture industry, maintaining agricultural and heavy equipment, but it's also applicable to lots of other industries as well: construction, oil, gas, manufacturing. All right, so shifting gears a little bit here, something I want to talk about is that's really special about Olds College is the deep connection that we have to our industry partners. So none of the programs that we went through would be as successful or prepare students as well for their careers if they weren't so deeply intertwined with the industry. So through work integrated learning opportunities that are offered with the majority of our programs, you can work directly with leaders in agriculture, including TELUS, Wyvern, UFA, and so many more. This is just a small sampling of our industry partners. So they may help us out by hosting our students for their work integrated learning. They might be involved in our on-campus research projects, tech development, and they often provide scholarships and awards for our students as well to help them fund their education. All right, and these connections really prepare students for their future careers by offering the opportunity to have one foot in school and one in the industry, which prepares you to jump straight into whatever job you're going to pursue following graduation. Work integrated learning opportunities might include things like internships, field placements, research projects, practicums, and co-ops. But the whole idea behind all of these is that they're going to supplement your in-class learning. Benefits include building connections with employers, boosting your resume, getting practical real-world experience, and most importantly, letting you earn some money while you're still in school. It's a win-win-win. You get credit towards your courses, you get a better resume, and you get paid. So work integrated learning that's closely tied to industry partners really gives our graduates a competitive advantage when they're looking for jobs. Okay, and finally, I want to talk about the concept of transferable skills with you today. You already have a lot of these skills that I have up on the screen, and these are things that are going to help you in your future career, no matter what you choose. And some of these are really important skills that you're going to develop further over whatever post-secondary program it is that you choose to pursue. So these are just some examples of skills that you might be working on right now in your classes, in your extracurricular activities, at home with your family, in your part-time jobs. You're working on things like teamwork and time management and your listening skills. These skills are really important tools in your tool belt as you move out into your future because they're transferable, so that they're going to be applicable to a wide variety of tasks and jobs. And it helps you to be flexible and successful in whatever career path you may choose. You know, a lot of people don't end up in the same career that they started out on. And that's because they're leveraging their transferable skills to be relevant to different positions in different industries. Once you get into your post-secondary program, so in addition to the specific program content, the things that you're actually learning in class, you're going to continue increasing your transferable and your soft skills. So for example, if you are in your soils management class in the horticulture diploma, you're going to need to work with your group members to assign a leader, delegate tasks, design a treatment plan, and present the results from the tomato growing experiment. These tasks are going to help you expand your communication, project management, conflict mediation skills. On the other hand, if you decide to go into the Bachelor of Digital Agriculture program, you're going to take a class that's called Digital Strategy for Smart Farm Integration. So in this class, you're developing data analysis, facilitation, decision-making, computer, and efficiency skills. So the technical skills that you're learning are going to help you specifically with hazard and risk management in agriculture. But the transferable skills that come along with that specific knowledge can be useful in almost any field or any position. Whatever journey you find yourself on, having a multitude of strong transferable skills is an incredibly powerful way to set yourself up for success.
Thanks again, Aubrey. First of all, I want to thank you for sharing the vast potential of opportunities to be a part of the agriculture industry in your presentation. While I have considered some of the various careers that are possible, I hadn't even thought about supporting industries such as law offices, insurances, real estate, those kinds of things. It's exciting to see all the possibilities. Any skills and interests you have can be useful in the agriculture industry, even if you have no background in agriculture. And I appreciate the fact that you were able to share that and connect the transferable skills that can be useful in any career choice that a student may have. I do have a few questions for you. The first one is, what is your background or your own personal journey to your current position?
That's a great question, Lisa. So I am absolutely one of those people who has ended up in a career in agriculture, promoting agriculture programs, but I don't have that background myself. So I actually have a Bachelor of Arts in Anthropology. That's my educational history. I grew up in Red Deer, Alberta, and getting this job at Olds was really my first introduction to this area. And I think it's a great example of how there's room for absolutely everybody here, regardless of what your background is. And I've been learning so much about different aspects of agriculture and the careers that can come from it. And I'm genuinely just so excited to share those opportunities with other people as well.
Thank you. What would you recommend students do to begin exploring what might be a fit for them in a career in agriculture?
Oh, there's so many different ways that you can explore your options and get a better idea of what you want to do. I personally am a big proponent of just trying something. If there's a program or something that kind of sparks your interest, but you're not 100% sure, there's no time that's wasted on an education. Try something out, see how it goes. If you need to change your mind or shift or pivot or try something new, that's okay. You don't have to get it right off the hop. But there's a huge benefit to just getting out there and exposing yourself to new places, new people, new ideas, because you are going to find out about different career options and learning opportunities that I guarantee you've never thought of before. There's just so much out there. We can't even capture it all in this one presentation. However, if you're not quite ready to take that educational leap, even things like job shadowing or doing your own research on the different things that are out there, look at the kind of job opportunities that people are hiring for right now. Take a look at the descriptions of the responsibilities. Is that something that interests you, that you think you could do every day and feel fulfilled? And then you can backtrack from there and figure out what kind of educational requirements are necessary for it. But the one thing you can't do is sit still. You've got to try something, and that's the only way that you'll figure out what it is that you want to do. And I think a key thing to remember too is not just with your education, but even with your career, it's okay to change your mind. And so, like I said, we're talking about the transferable skills, being able to leverage those. If you decide maybe you don't love what you're doing, you can maybe move to a different industry or a different role within the same industry when you have those transferable skills.
That is so true. We've also been hearing that students are often uncertain of the program they want to take and maybe even consider changing mid-program. And you just kind of spoke about that a little bit. And sometimes they feel that they're unsuccessful because they've had to make that change. What experiences does Olds College have with this? And what advice do you have for students as they navigate whether they're in the right program or not?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the number one thing to remember with that is there's no shame in changing your mind or realizing that something wasn't for you. How could you have known before you started doing it? It's okay. The great thing is we do have our academic advisors here that are able to help you kind of navigate that situation. What is it going to look like if you change programs? Will you receive any credit for the classes you've already completed? That's something that we can help you figure out your way with. But just don't be afraid to reach out for help and to ask those questions, because you know what, we would rather find you the correct program after your first year when you realize that it's maybe not what you wanted, than for you to finish your whole program and feel like you need to start over from scratch, or that you're stuck doing something that you're not interested in.
That's good to know. And like you said, students, while you might have taken some classes in one thing and decide to switch, often those classes can be used towards the next thing that you're working towards. So all learning is useful.
Absolutely.
You spoke a little bit about work integrated learning. Can you explain a little bit more about that?
Yeah, absolutely. So work integrated learning is a really key feature in the vast majority of our programs, because it's important that you A, get a chance to explore your career options. B, have something on your resume by the time you graduate, and a chance to network with employers, maybe even get hired right out of your work integrated learning. So there's a lot of different forms that can take. Something like a directed field study is a chance for you to go find employment to get paid for your work placement, and it also counts as credits towards your schooling. And you have a mentorship agreement basically with your employer or with a supervisor at your place of employment, where they're going to identify specific skills that you're trying to develop and give you activities that will help you work towards that expanded knowledge. There are other opportunities like practicums or internships, which tend to be shorter placements in a work environment, or things like field schools, where it's field school like for the horticulture program, where you're actually working in a greenhouse and getting that hands-on practical experience. So it comes by a lot of different names. They can be different lengths and different requirements, but the thing that they have in common is that you're actually getting industry experience, not just classroom experience.
Good. Whether you are a student who's just leaving high school or you're an older adult, you've been out of school for a few years or older, how would you begin to learn more about the program options that are available at Olds College and what it would be like to pursue an education?
Yeah, so I think the first thing that I would encourage you to do is just to reach out to us, because we can give you all kinds of information that maybe isn't as easily found on the website and talk about your specific situation, right? Everyone's coming to us with their own unique context in terms of their educational history, their goals, their strengths and aptitudes, and their concerns. And we can really help you navigate that. I know that, I'm talking to a Saskatchewan audience right now, so you're not super close by, but if you ever have the opportunity, if you're in the central Alberta or the Calgary area, come see us, come take a campus tour, see our facilities, have a chance to talk to people who are here and see what their experiences are like. Sorry, pardon me. The other thing is every January, February, March, we do a webinar series where we have faculty and admissions officers talking about our programs, what they're like, what you'll learn, who you're going to be taught by, what kind of experiences they have. And we do a big Q&A section with our faculty for that. So that's really nice to get to talk to the people who are actually going to be instructing you in the programs and get a real feel for it. And then, of course, we have our big on-campus events. If you're ever able to come out for them, we have an open house in the fall and Discovery Day in the spring. And those are incredible chances if you can make the journey to come explore everything we have to offer, see all the facilities, learn about the programs, and experience that kind of excitement of being here on campus.
Good. It sounds like it's a great place to go to school, and there's so many options to consider there. Thanks again, Aubrey. We look forward to the next of our four parts in this Spotlight series. Your spotlights have given us a lot to consider, and we appreciate you taking the time to share what's available with us.
Thanks so much, Lisa. It's been a pleasure to share with you, and I really am looking forward to having some more discussions with some of you about your future here at Olds College.